we have breaking news as it pertains to our network. This morning, a new name for the network by the end of the year. We will become MS Now, which stands for My Source for News, Opinion, and the World. And look, Andrew, they even have a graphic up. I like it.
There it is.
Actually,
the new logo.
It looks very sporty. As we go to Versant, we're going to be moving in this direction. MS Now, which I got to say, I got a call yesterday afternoon, and they're saying, "We hope you're okay. We're going." I was like, "What do you mean? Like this shows we're independent." And what I've said on this show time and time again is you look at the people that are running the company, they're entrepreneurial.
Right.
Like when you have somebody come into your company after working for like big corporations and you're talking, you're saying, and they go, "We want you to be entrepreneurial. We want you to come up with new ideas. We want you to push the boundaries." I'm excited about that. So I'm excited about this too. It's like, what's in a name? Well, whatever you put into the name.
Well, look, my understanding is this decision was a choice by NBC Universal.
Right.
Remember, originally they were going to leave the Peacock with the different units.
Right.
They decided that they wanted that to stay with NBC Universal. Having said that, despite my sentimentality about the Peacock, I've always loved the Peacock.
Yeah.
The truth is, I've always thought about this network and CNBC and USA and actually all of those assets as insurgent networks.
Right.
First of all, there was never any vacillating between whether or not they were going to leave the Peacock or take the Peacock. That is not a thing. NBC and Universal doesn't want to have these lunatics associated with their news organization. And I have evidence, by the way. Okay, and you're gonna see why. This notion that there was I think that there was some debate as to whether or not the Peacock was going to stay. No, it was never going to stay because they're trying to wash the stink of MSNBC off of them. They don't want to be associated with you TDS lunatics. Now, I'll be honest, the guy that's on your screen now, I don't know that he is like suffering from TDS because typically he does finance, but the rest of them are all lunatics.
This is an insurgent network, and I love the idea, to be honest with you. You can take out your salt shaker or whatever you want to do and say, take it with a grain of salt. But I like this because I think it actually does have this sort of independence and actually gets away in some ways from even the idea of legacy media. Yeah. Right? I mean, I think what you're seeing MS do and what you're seeing some of these other networks do now is not just linear, but by the way, I'm watching you on TikTok now. Do you know that? You know I'm seeing you on TikTok.
So this is a thing, and of course, because I'm hip with the kids, people,
I know.
I actually didn't know this, but this network is the most watched news network on TikTok and on YouTube.
Yes,
right?
It is.
So we are moving. We're moving in a direction beyond corporate media. And again, I think this fits. It fits. It's where it's a new marketplace. And you look at legacy media, you look at the old media companies. I could list a lot of names, John Lemire, that meant a lot 5 years ago, 10 years ago, that mean nothing absolutely now. It's what have you done for me lately? And are you looking to the future? Are you trying to hold on to the past? And this is a question.
Here's the deal. Okay. Look, Fox News is thriving. Why is that? Why is it that Fox News isn't cratering? Why is it that Fox News seems to be thriving? Greg Gutfeld, The Five, Jesse Waters, they all seem to be doing extremely well. Okay, that's because they didn't lie to their viewers. That's why. Okay? It's really simple. Just be honest with your viewers. Okay? You won't see that TDS nonsense on Fox News. As much as they hate Fox News, there's tinges of jealousy there.
Are we going to be like Eastman Kodak throughout the 1980s and 90s? Or are we going to be like NVIDIA and look at a brave new world? And I think this actually helps us do that.
The media landscape has been changing a lot over the last decade or so, but it's been really accelerated in the last few years in this particular moment. So it does seem an ideal time to rebrand, an ideal time to embrace a new identity.
What has happened in the last few years that has caused this change, these insurgents? What has happened? Oh, that's right. Donald J. Trump. And once he leaves office, once he's gone, what are they going to do? What is Rachel Maddow going to do? All these big fat 20, they were paying Joy Reid $3 million a year for that garbage of a show. This is unbelievable.
You said to be an insurgent network. MSNBC.
By the way, it's also a line in the sand just about the future. And the truth is that this network, originally the MS, was Microsoft.
Right.
So for a very long time, there has been a rebrand, I would argue, almost in order.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think it's good. Slight
You're just
smile.
saying that. You're just saying that.
No, I think it's good, and I think I didn't know the MS was from Microsoft. I mean that. Yeah, I think
crazy.
Yeah,
that deal didn't go well for Microsoft.
Yeah,
but
no,
anyway,
she didn't know that MS stood for Microsoft. Well, I knew that, but their network is banking on you not knowing that. So why do you think? Why did they keep MS in their name? It's called MS Now. They want you to believe that it hasn't changed, that this is the same MS, when in fact it is not. It now stands for My Source, not Microsoft. So why do you think they kept MS? It's to gaslight you into thinking that, no, it's the same network, but it isn't. This is all a coping mechanism. Now, for those of you who need evidence, you need some evidence. Well, here you go.
Nothing that was true yesterday about how flawlessly this campaign was run is not true now. I mean, this really was an historic, flawlessly run campaign. Queen Latifah never endorses anyone. She came out and endorsed. She had every prominent celebrity voice. She had the Taylor Swift, she had the Swifties, she had the Beehive. Like, you could not have run a better campaign in that short period of time. And I think that's still true.
And that's the reason they ran for the hills. That's the reason they said, okay, that's how we're out. You have a top anchor, Joy Reid, telling your audience that Kamala Harris, who gave $500,000 to Al Sharpton for the Lord knows what, Kamala Harris, who blew $1.5 billion, that she ran a flawless campaign, and her evidence for the flawless campaign is that she was endorsed by Queen Latifah. Who on that panel actually knows any of Queen Latifah's songs or any of her movies? I think she's been in several movies. I can guarantee you that no one on that panel knows any of her movies, and I guarantee you they cannot sing any of her songs. This is the reason they're out. Okay, paying this gal $3 million for a garbage of a show? You've got to be kidding me. Now, it is true. They are big on YouTube and they are big on TikTok. I always see MSNBC on TikTok, and now it's going to be MS Now. Once again, that's to gaslight their viewers. They'll think that it really isn't changed and they're just rebranding. That's not rebranding. Okay, you are a completely different entity now. Okay, you have nothing to do with Universal, NBC Universal. You have nothing to do with them now. It's over. Because you guys are lunatics suffering from TDS. And once Donald Trump leaves office, all those fat, juicy contracts for Rachel Maddow, and probably I can only imagine what they're paying Joe Scarborough, they're all going to come to a screeching halt. All right, guys, that's it for now. If you like this video, smash the like button and subscribe. And if you're following me on Rumble, please press that follow button. And until the next time, God bless.